What's up? You remember that beloved commercial? What's up?
Since I'm a Mexican, I can do whatever I want.
My kids could teach you a thing or two, Johnny.
I can't believe it!
Part of it is here, and part of it is in Europe, part of it is everywhere. Because I think that the greatest thing our art does and our industry does is to erase the lines in the sand. We should continue doing that.
Hey y'all, it's Kat, co-host of Latinx Lens, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, Rosa. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. This is another South by Southwest 2022 episode, but it's a little bit different because this is an intro into I was fortunate enough to get into the red carpet or be on the red carpet for the premiere of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I was able to interview the directors and some of the cast. Some you may know, like Michelle Yeoh.
Oh my. How amazing is that? You had the opportunity to be on the red carpet of the film that opened the festival, and oh my, too excited to listen to you interview the cast and the directors and to see what they had to say about the movie, considering that as of now it's my favorite movie of 2022.
Yes.
And man, it's such an incredible movie. I cannot imagine what it was like to have these conversations and ask them about their involvement in this film.
Yeah, and I mean, there's one thing about the red carpet that it's a little bit like you can't get too deep with the interviews because like sometimes you only have 1 to 2 questions, and so it's kind of hard to like figure out like what is a question that won't be so surface level and get a good answer, but also be short and sweet, because I'm one of those, like, I follow the rules, and like if the PR person tells me one question, I follow that because I want to be respectful of the other journalists, and some people are not always as respectful, they keep going, and I'm like, okay. So I was trying to be very succinct with my questions and try to figure out like what do I ask these like amazing actors and like the directors, and also we hadn't seen the film, like I hadn't seen the film as well, so it's also kind of hard to like, it's a little tricky because you're like, well, what do I ask? I haven't seen it. Am I going to like be, stepping a foot in my mouth? Like, because it's going to be a silly question. And so I kind of just like stuck with the go-to, like, how to, what was it like to, like, what was it about this? Because I knew the film was going to be bonkers based on the trailer. So I was just wondering, like, after reading the script, like, why did they want to get involved? A little bit about their characters, and then also for the Daniels, I know they've been to South by before, the directors. So I kind of asked them like what it felt like to be, the opening night film, and also after the 2 years of the pandemic, and they had a really great answer. So I'm excited for you guys to hear that. And then I was able to talk to some of the supporting cast as well, like Stephanie Hsu, Quan Ki Hui. Actually, that's going to be from my helper for the red carpet was one of my friends, Laura Morgan, and she is such a big fan of Key, so I had her interview him, and it was such a great interview. So just know if you're like, oh, who's that voice? It's my friend Laura, honorary Latinx Lens member for that moment. And just one fangirl moment. It was really cool. It was really cold that night, like super cold, and we were standing on the red carpet at the Paramount Theater for like an hour, and so like I had my big jacket, thankfully, and it's like a fuzzy one. And so Michelle Yeoh comes over, and I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh my God. And she, like, I started asking her a question, and she was like, she like puts her hands out and rubs like my shoulder, like my arms. And she's like, you look so warm. And I was like, yes. And then I showed her, I also had like, I hate being cold. So I was like double layered, and I had like my green, also fuzzy thing. I was like, oh, and I'm like, have this. And she's like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, but it was fun. I think everyone was really nice. I didn't get to interview Jamie Lee Curtis. She was one person away from me, but I will leave you with this very fun thing that she said before she had to go in. I told you it was cold. And so there was like the last one before she got to me, and she was like, sorry guys, that's it, I'm freezing my tits off. And then she like went inside.
Oh no, you missed her. But you know what? Yeah, she was freezing her tits off, and it's very much in character too.
Yeah.
She would say something like that in this movie.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. Like I was right there, hearing. I got a little bit of like, tried to peek in because it was like it was a group interview, and I didn't get to ask a question, but it was okay. I was like, you know what? I got to be like less than a foot away from Jamie Lee Curtis, and I was just like, oh my God.
Oh, amazing. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So it was fun. I was, I think my only red carpet interview I did. So I was like, you know what? If I could only do one, I can't believe I was able to do the opening night film. And then also like not even know, because I hadn't seen the film, that this is probably going to be one that, we talk about till the end of the year, like just because it has that impact. Like it's been almost a little bit over a month, and I still am thinking about it.
Yeah.
Everywhere, all at once.
You're thinking about it every day, everything, everywhere, all at once. New title, y'all. New title.
All right. So enjoy the interviews from the red carpet at South by Southwest, the opening night film, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. Yep. So South by, we're back after 2 years doing virtual. So how does it feel being the opening night film at South by Southwest 2022?
It's incredible. I've been saying this all day, but South by Southwest is my favorite festival. It feels like another film home for us, because almost every other year we come back and we show our music videos, we show our short films, and I think this audience is the perfect audience for our really strange but cinematic style. And so to be back opening again for the first time, it's such a dream. This movie is meant to be seen in the theater with a lot of people, because the communal experience of watching a movie in theater is really special, and it's slowly dying for indie films. Slowly more and more indie films are going straight to streaming.
But we're gonna save it.
We're gonna save it.
After this movie, everybody's gonna see weird movies in theaters.
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, thank you so much. Enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry that it's cold. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Catherine from Latinx Lens. Hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, so can you talk a little bit about when you read the script and what drew you? Yes. Oh my God. I hate the cold. So what drew you to the script?
What did I think?
What drew you to the project after reading the script?
Oh, wow. I was so blown away when I read the script. I felt that it was, when I met the directors and they say, well, we wrote it with you in mind. And I believed them. I believe the first draft was probably not with me in mind, right? But then when the draft that I received, I believe that they actually had me in mind for that particular role, because they even called the character Michelle. And I said to them, no, because I don't want the audience to be seeing Michelle Yeoh on the screen, because Evelyn Wang is Evelyn Wang. She deserves her story to be told, and in that context. So it's been a crazy ass experience. But I would not have traded it for anything in the world, because it brought us to here today.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
A huge fan of yours, first of all, and I'm so excited for you to be back.
Oh my God, thank you. I love that. Thank you.
I saw the trailer and I was like, is that who I think it is? Like, back in film. I'm so excited for you to be back. What was it like?
You know what's really heartwarming too is, like, ever since our trailer dropped,
yeah,
and I've been reading some of the online comments, people seems to embrace my return to acting, and it brought tears to my eyes.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Like, I used to write stories where I was in Indiana Jones and I was best friends with Short Round, and we went on a lot of adventures together.
Wow.
Anyway, how is it being back in front of the camera? I know you've been working behind the camera, but after so long, like, how had film changed over the years?
I think for this particular movie, it felt really familiar because we shot everything practical. I think we only had like a couple of days of green screen.
Okay.
So when I did, Indiana Jones and Goonies, that's what happened. We built all those practical sets. The only difference is back then it took 5 months to finish one movie.
Yes.
Now we only had 38 days, 38 shooting days. So the schedule was a lot tighter.
Yeah, yeah.
And so for me, I mean, because since I haven't acted for so long, luckily I had 3 months of prep time. And I know that because of a tight schedule, when I walk on the set, I need to be as prepared as I can because we don't have the luxury of doing 10, 20, 30 takes.
Yeah.
And as you'll see in this movie, I mean, we shot so much stuff. I mean, it's incredible going from one universe to another.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody came really prepared, and we had the best crew, the best cast, and we all had only one vision, which was to make the best movie we can. And you know, I hope the audience enjoyed the movie as much as we enjoyed making it.
I'm sure we will. How is it working with Michelle Yeoh?
Oh my God, incredible.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of hers for so many years. I've seen every single movie of hers.
Yeah.
And, you know, we all expect Michelle Yeoh to be a certain type because of her previous movies. But her role in this is such a huge departure from what she has done before. And to be able to be on set and witness her deliver this performance, it's really, like, inspiring. And I'm just totally in awe of her talent.
Yeah, and because she gets to play multiple characters, right?
Yes, and then, but it's just like she is so good in this. Wait until you see her, I mean, she's just phenomenal.
Awesome.
And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is great. James Hong is great in this. You know, hopefully, you know, the audience will embrace my performance as well. You know, I hope I don't disappoint.
No, I'm sure you won't. I'm so excited. And, okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about your character in the film and what was it like working with the Daniels, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah. So in the movie, I play Joy, which is a daughter, or I play Jobu, which is an ultimate villain of the multiverse and a creator of chaos and just crazy. And I play Michelle's daughter, Evelyn's daughter, and I might have peaked. I don't know. I think maybe this is the end for me. Like, how do you continue? How do you do everything and then do more everything? I don't know. But anyhow, it was amazing. It was amazing to work with Michelle and Jamie and Key and James and everyone, even the cameos. And I think the thing that is the glue to this movie is we all had so much fun, but also there is so much kindness and love for the art of filmmaking and for one another that I think that is why this movie, despite all odds, was able to work.
Yeah. And how do you feel being at South by Southwest as the opening night film?
Oh my God, there could be no better festival to premiere this movie, and it feels so special to be here, and we're so excited, and we're so excited about the audiences at South by, and I think they're just gonna love it. It's meant to be a movie that you are screaming and laughing and gasping, so I think people are going to be really stoked about that.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.